do it. What's going on, everybody? We're back on it. Mob Psycho Season 2, Episode 1. We'll just be doing one episode, this reaction. But then after this, up until Episode 13, we'll be doing two. So we'll be live again. I'm live on Twitch right now. We'll be live again on, what did we just say, Friday? On Friday, we'll do Episode 2 and 3. And then after that, we'll do 4 and 5, 6 and 7, 8 and 9, 10 and 11. And then maybe we'll double up on 12 and 13, or I'll make those two separate ones. We'll kind of see how it goes. But we're live right now. Appreciate everyone that's here. Polarizer Ninja, Rangon, Ben Meyer. I know what you mean about One Punch Man. Yeah, One Punch Man, it's just kind of, I don't know, I feel like it's just there as a show. Like, there's nothing going with that. But Mob Psycho Season 1 was great. I really, really enjoyed it. I don't know what to expect for Season 2. All we do kind of know is there's still this kind of overarching umbrella / cloud of Claw, the founder, his son. So that's clearly going to come back around. And then I think I had an interesting comment with somebody on the last video of I actually want to pull it up here real quick. Because I thought it was a good back and forth for kind of how I felt with the season, or with that like Mob. It was a good thing that Mob wasn't the one that exploded, and that was Regen, or however you say his name, because Mob, you know, he would have murdered everybody there and possibly hurt his friends. He can't handle his emotions and all that kind of stuff. And I feel that too, but my rebuttal to that is I feel like at some point Mob is going to have to be the one. His teacher always won't be there. Maybe it won't work a second time. They lucked into it working like that. It worked out perfectly and smoothly in that instance. But I feel like the more and more this goes, and I don't know how deep an emotion Raygun, Raygun. I don't know how deep the story goes emotion wise, or like how deep it goes, but the more and more this builds with Mob, it's like it could turn dangerous. The more he suppresses this and holds it and holds it and holds it, it might get to a point where it just and it could be catastrophic. And it could have happened right here, but I feel like the more he tries to suppress, eventually when it does, we're gonna have serious problems. But let's go ahead and do it, guys. We are 5 seconds in on episode 1 of season 2, pressing play right now. And I'm pretty sure this is the same. Yeah. I might skip through all this, but we could let it ride. Regine. I could see that being more accurate, yeah. And are we gonna meet these people here, or are those just people? Is this the right episode, guys? Is this the one? All right, good. Teacher. Got anything you can offer me? Jesus. What up, Nova Beast? Yeah, the con man has a good heart, but he's still a con man. That was easy. Oh god. My man just took a radish to the face. Wriggle wriggle. Yeah, I'm still conflicted about him as well. Everything looked good, audio and everything, we're not lagging? No. Yeah, we've been cranking it out. Hype. He's levitating. He's not even moving. He held his nose. We already know how this is gonna end. Oh wow, he's learning. He just... What did he do there? Did he just like make himself microscopic to then control? Oh hell. We're still going. He's controlling the plants too. It's pretty dope. Okay, now I think we're good to go. Opening. Someone gonna grab that? Spirits and such. Oh my god. He looks a little bit older or a little bit bigger. Holy shit. Do you know what he could do as a farmer? The money he can make? Yeah. That's insane. Hmm. Are we gonna get a new opening? Oh shit. What the hell is this? Yeah, Wrecking Ball, that's... we used to grind Madden hard back in the day. We used to grind it really hard and we just kind of fell off a little bit. Life happened and then interest of it kind of happened, and I did grind it hard last year, but then this year like I haven't picked it up. Trying to see if I notice any new characters. This opening is good. I'll wait till it finishes, but that season 1 opening is still better, I think. It might be the song isn't connecting with the visuals, because the visuals are great. Like, I'm loving this style in color combos. I mean, it looks great, but I'm feeling like a disconnect with the song. Yeah, the visuals in the second half of this are great, but I think as a whole, song choice and visuals, opening 1 was better. They're over here building a cult in Mob's honor. They're just building him like a secret like army and shit. Yep. I wish Mob would take interest in this chick. Good. Wow, thank you. Thank you. I thought they just apologized to him. Thank you. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted from season 1. Don't apologize just to him. I need you to make it known. You did that. Yeah, songs can grow on you, but when you see an opening for the first time and you see a song connect to it, you make a connection with that like first initial response. Like, oh, that opening grew on me. That song isn't as bad as I thought. But there's something about like when you hear something drop for the first time, you already know. Like when you hear that Tokyo Ghoul drop, you instantly know what that is. This man is not about to run for student council. He's still trying to get her with his body improvement club shit. And I am curious this season of hardcore training montage. Why is he sitting under a waterfall fighting bears naked and shit? I'm curious what happens with his brother's psychic development. He's rerunning. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, I guess, but could you imagine sitting on a gym hardwood floor like that for a whole presentation performance in school? How uncomfortable as hell that would be? Especially at that age, not in elementary school where like you wouldn't notice it, but like middle school and above. Oof. Spit it out. Did my episode just freeze? Holy sh! I thought my computer just froze. Yeah. At least the bleachers, you're not like. Oh, she. That's not real. Bro, take her. Like, that doesn't ever happen, at least in the reverse of like a girl doing that to a guy in school. Like just yeah, get on that. That's a like yeah, just take that as a win. Like she's cute, like you should be good to go, but it's not what he wants though. It's not what he wants. It's not what his heart wants. I really like her hair color. Every day. He just walks home with her and then goes back. I was about to say, you could tell. He's got a little like bounce to his step now. Can't stop smiling and shit. She does have that Sakura hair color, but it's not even Sakura hair color. It has like a different tint to it. The way they have it. You better speak up or she's gone. Better speak up or she's gone. You're gonna lose it. You're gonna lose it. Oh. F's in the chat. Straight. I think who does that the best? I think it's Vegeta of all the animes when he gets hit with something, like an uppercut or something, that like that's what I feel. Mmm. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. He's experienced love and heartache all in 1 week. You'll never recover from that shit. Wow, the novel part wasn't even real? Or was it not real? No, she really did. She really did enjoy writing, and they shit on it. Uh, thing is, dudes would never do that shit. And just like that, we're back. You should really hit her with some psychic shit and put it all back together. Nice. Nice. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. Episode was great. It's about to be over. Shit was great. Now, is she gonna think that's extremely creepy, or please don't? Oh, now girl number one's interested. Well, guess what? You done lost out. See, this is an episode that One Punch Man could never. This was like some really good development for Mob. 'Right. Yeah, I mean it's the same writer, but Saitama could never. 27%. That was a okay. Stop. That was great. I really enjoyed that. It would have. It sucks because like you know what's wild is that happens in real life. Um, he could find love with her, but I mean if it's not written any decent, it wouldn't really matter, you know. What's wild is that shit happens in real life, and the thing is like I'm not gonna say it never happens, but you always hear about it, and it's the classic thing you see in TV shows and movies and actually in real life, where like a girl like will go up and do something, and the guy's like, "Holy shit!" and you find out it's not real. It was a dare that they asked you out on a date they weren't really trying to type shit. Um, yeah, this wasn't a boring development episode. I really enjoyed it. Um, let me drag some of this stuff over here because we really never get to see Mob. Um, really think for himself or anything like that. It's always like his teacher doing things for him, or like he's overanalyzing and then just kind of explodes. But you know, and he's easily moldable. What's the word I'm looking for? He's easily influenced. I'm not quite sure the word I'm looking for, but um, any like he's oh, I'll join the body improvement club. He's like, oh, I'll do this. Oh, I'll do that. Oh, I should run for president. That'll help me, you know, out with girls or XYZ, whatever. Sure, I'll do that. Um, so he's very impressionable and easily swayed. So like when the girl asks him out, you know what that does for somebody's like head and mental that has never had that. So then to get on that high, like his teacher said, like, oh, what's wrong? Like you're smiling. He's asking for more food, and everybody's noticing he's got this like bounce to his step, and he's just filled with like the good butterflies 24/7. And when that shit hit, his stomach just was the worst. Um, but then to see him still come back around and not be like bitter or angry about it, and I don't know if the girl ever did truly make a connection with him. But she cared about something. Something hit her. Are those two going to continue to be anything? I don't know. Not when they've introduced us to his love interest so much. That it's hard to tell. I would have said maybe, just because we've gotten nothing from her. But like this isn't doesn't matter either way. Who knows? Like what does Mob? The only thing we've known that Mob really wants. Um, but he joined the Body Fitness Club though because he thought it would lead to something. So it's kind of like what does he want? It's just all over the place. Um, yeah, Mob is way better, but doesn't matter who he ends up with. I would say the fact that they showed her at the end of this episode makes me think the two of the stars are going to align to where the two of them, end up together. But what does it even like end up together like they're grown ass people? They're like 12, 13 years old. What does ending up together at the age of 12 even really mean? You know? Um, people in middle school, elementary school, or high school, you got a different boyfriend, girlfriend every other week. So does it really mean anything? Who knows? And then we got the reporter girl over here making a secret underground cult in his honor, creating like Dumbledore's army for this man without him actually knowing. Uh, I don't know if that's going to end up bad or good, or if we'll ever come across that actually again. It was a pretty solid episode though. But yeah, 12, 13, 14, anything from like 12 to 15 is same shit, you know. But any other questions regarding that or regarding this episode? I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good. I thought the way it started, I'm like, okay, it's gonna be a little bit of slice of life of them. The whole episode was going to be, you know, him running for class president. We got to go through the election and people voting for him. We got to, but like, we sped through that and wrapped that up quick. So you know, I really didn't mind it. Yeah, he could. He could end up with the secondary girl. But I could always never tell. In the early Naruto days, you know, he wanted Sakura. He's like, "Hey, Sakura, you like, can we get some ramen and all that kind of stuff?" But it was never like I've, from what I can remember, it was never like, "Oh, I've had a crush on Sakura since I was little. I would do anything to impress her." It was always kind of like the girls crushed over Sasuke, so in turn, Naruto wanted to impress said girls, and the girl that was between them at all times was Sakura. Um, so how that plays out for Mob, we'll kind of see. We'll just kind of have to see how it goes. So do we have yeah, the Naruto Sakura Sasuke love triangle is a different discussion. Yeah, I apologize if you haven't finished Naruto yet. Um, that's kind of where that is. But yeah, he was definitely like interested in Sakura, but like we never saw him like it deep down. You know how like on the flip side, how we saw Hinata say, you know, I've always been following you, I've been watching you, you know, I'm in love with you. We never saw Naruto like have that declaration for Sakura or anything like that. But we might wrap it up there. If you guys want anything you want to discuss about. So what is tomorrow? Tomorrow's Thursday. Let's um this will be up on YouTube tomorrow. And then Friday YouTube will get the Hunter x Hunter chapter that you guys got on Monday, Patreon members. And then Friday we will also be doing episode 2 and episode 3 of Mob Psycho. So tomorrow YouTube will get this. Tomorrow Patreon members, you guys will get episode 11 of Avatar, and then you guys will get the next episode on Saturday or Sunday and stuff like that. But yeah. Pain is one of the greatest anime villains for sure. Any any questions? I mean that's just the nature of Naruto though. It's like if Pain doesn't change, Pain they kind of wrote they kind of wrote they wrote Pain's character, they kind of wrote him into a corner because of what the actions he did, for the way that Kishi wrote the story later on. Pain had to kind of change his mindset slash sacrifice himself and bring people back to life so that the war arc could happen with this character, so that Kakashi could be alive, so that they could use Kakashi to get into Obito's realm, to find all that out, to use Obito's abilities, to take down Kage. Like, all that happens, you know, because Pain, you know, had to do that. It's just, it's an interesting, yeah. But that's every character in Naruto. Who didn't have a conversation with Naruto that didn't change their mind? Madara, that was it. And even in the end, he ended up admitting that, you know, his way was wrong and his way would have never worked, type thing. That's just Naruto's story. Any character ended up changing their mind, you know? Orochimaru he changed his every character got talked out of by somebody. Orochimaru changed his. He saw he failed. He talked with Sasuke and was like, you know what? I'm gonna believe in Sasuke. Whatever he wants, I want. And we got Sasuke fighting for us at the same time. Every character in Naruto got talked to and changed. That even Sasuke at the end, he changed his mind. Madara at the end, he changed his mind. Obito, flipping Kabuto, changed his mind. He's over here running an orphanage. Everybody got their, you know, minds changed. So, you know, it just kind of happens. Everybody got a happy ending, you know? Yeah. So that's just what Naruto is. Majority of villains had a happy ending or got defeated or flipped. So each is what it is. Yeah, and that's a lot of animes though. They write. It's rare that like a villain is written that they don't end up showing you a flashback or something that happened that makes you sympathize with them in some way. So that's with a lot of things though. It's just kind of what it is. I mean, some things get adapted better, I feel like. Some things are better explained with imagery and color and music and dialogue that's spoken in a certain way. And some things are better when they give you a step by step by step by step. Like, honestly, the succession, even the Hisoka battle with Crollo and stuff like that, a lot of that is, that's pretty deep. And but like when it's adapted to anime, some things get dumbed down a little bit, or when you get to see who's speaking what and who's thinking what, and then in some cases they have other characters viewing fights or viewing something that you even get a third person um, point of view. Because I'm trying to remember when we had Gon fighting Hisoka, but then you also had Killua and Wing POV of the fight and them thinking about what's happening and Gon thinking about what's happening and all those type of things. It makes things easier to understand when you've got like 5 point of views analyzing, okay, what was this, what was that. Um, so it kind of is what it is. But yeah, Pain is definitely if I'd probably say all-time anime villains, Pain is probably my favorite. Madara close second slash tied. Just because Madara was a bit more ruthless. But everybody gets a backstory to kind of show you how they ended up where they did. So like Madara always, but nobody was always a certain way. Things sway. People easily sway with the wind. You know, take Naruto and Gaara for example. Same exact things. You know, Kid Jinchurikis. Granted, Gaara's was a little bit, you know, got attempted murder a couple times, but one went left, one went right. One went right in isolation. One went left and had friends and people there trying to build him up. Different backstories, you know, it just happens. And then things, everybody gets a redemption, you know? Just kind of is what it is. The Succession War arc might not ever be animated, and if we're being honest, Hunter x Hunter might not ever finish, if we're being honest. Just kind of is what it is. Miriam was? Nah, I don't think Miriam was, to be honest. But Hunter x Hunter, like, it's not my favorite, so I could kind of see, like, if it is, you know, people would think that that writing and certain characters are the best written in a certain way. Yeah, Miriam, yeah. And then looking back on it, you could kind of see the direction that Miriam's story was going to go, episode by episode, you know? So it's like, would you rather see a character's development coming, or would you rather be completely blindsided by something? Because you could see Miriam was like struggling with like, what's happening to me? Why do I feel this X, Y, and Z? So you're like, okay, I know how this is going to go. The only thing I didn't know what was going to happen with Miriam was, okay, how are we removing this major chess piece from the map? And you know, we saw how that happened. But yeah, yeah. I mean, Miriam's story is great. You know, it's great. At the end of the day, you know, you just can't break those human connections. Now, I would be curious because we see so many of the ants in that arc falter because of their like um past, you know, thoughts, memories. Could you get an ant that's just all ant but still be as strong as Miriam without any of the human interaction? I don't know. That's a different discussion for a different day. Yeah, but I mean, these are all lighthearted animes at the end of the day, and it's always going to end with the good guys winning. It always is. So, no matter how big and bad somebody looks, whether you think it's bad writing, good writing, they wrote themselves into a corner, they didn't. That didn't make any sense. This made sense. The main character is always going to come out, you know, winning. You know, they might lose a couple friends along the way, lose a master, lose a parent, might lose themselves in the end because they had to sacrifice themselves, but like good always prevails, evil always loses. I would like to see an anime where that doesn't happen. And I know that I'm sure that there are those animes out there, but are there popular animes out there, like major ones? Like, because like we know how like most of like the big three end, and you know how things go in My Hero and kind of things like that. Um, but good guys always win, you know. Yeah, yeah, I made that case for Miriam in the beginning. Miriam never was evil. I mean, you know, going around taking off people's heads just because, you know, you get a little peed. But when he showed up in that village and they were just eating people and killing kids, like that's the animal instinct. Um, that's the animal instinct. Like that's no different to them than going like hunting. You know, it just is what it is. That's not seen a different, you know, way. Um, but yeah, those are deep discussions for different days and all this kind of stuff. But whether it's Hunter x Hunter, whether it's Naruto, whether it's My Hero, whether it's whatever you want it to be, Code Geass, Full Metal, the big unstoppable always ends up being stoppable. Whether it's through power of friendship, through a power up, through you know a change of heart, whatever it is, you know that it all you know it all ends the same way. But we could still agree that Miriam was an asshole. Um, for a large part, you know, regardless if he's animal or not, because we didn't see Colt or others come out with that kind of like just dick energy Even if he's king, you know, it doesn't mean you have to rule that way, but that's just a different discussion for a different day. I don't know how we got here from Mob. I think we were talking about love connections and then villains and something like that, but yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll just end that there. Any other questions, guys, that we want to kind of go over and do? You guys let me know, and if not, we'll go ahead and end it there. Yeah, you could be born to be king. Doesn't mean you have to be complete asshole though. But yeah, I guess we'll go ahead and we'll leave that there. I'm gonna go ahead and do the Avatar episode for you guys later, so it'll be up. Yeah, but I'm saying like you could be born to be like you're the Avatar, you're the pinnacle, you're supposed to be one of one. You're Neo, you are that dude. Doesn't mean you have to have that certain type of attitude, you know? Um, Rulers rule in different ways, though. Kings are different types of kings. You want to be loved, you want to be feared, you want to be hated, you want to be both. You know, it is what it is. But I'm probably going to do 11 just because where's the vote at right now? Let me pull it up. Let me see what Patreon and YouTube vote, and then we'll go ahead and end after we take a look at this. So if you guys have any further questions or anything, go ahead and put them in the chat right now. If not, we'll go ahead and end it up here. All right, see, Patreon members are saying they're saying skip. YouTube is saying wow, it's actually 51% say don't skip. So we'll watch it and we'll just go from there, but yeah, I guess we'll go ahead and end that there, guys. I appreciate everyone that came out. Ben Meyer, Polarizer, Nova Beast, Ninja. We had a couple other people in here as well. Ben Meyer, I think Ragon was in here as well. Untrained Ninja. Wrecking Ball 28, appreciate you stopping by. And yeah, we'll just go ahead and end that there. So I appreciate everyone that came through. We will be live Friday with episode 2 and 3. But y'all have a good night. We'll take it from there. YouTube, appreciate you guys. Twitch, appreciate y'all coming out. Like, share, favorite, subscribe. As always,